What's going on, my people? Welcome back to the J.O.C. And it's going to be a little different video as I wanted to give you guys a few updates on some of the interesting players that we cover over this past year. And to start this thing off, I wanted to highlight Jada Byers, the running back for Virginia Union University. We spoke about him a few months ago and we covered his journey all the way up until his current collegiate status. And we know he spent a few great years at Virginia Union where he broke so many records and he tried his best at getting in the NFL, but he got recognized in many other ways. One of the biggest concerns about Jada was his size, standing at 5'7", 185 pounds. And he doesn't appear to be the most physically fit guy, but he has the talent and his stature could fool a lot of people in thinking that he's not athletic. I once watched a video where he did a 7-on-7 with D. Screwing, I think, and a lot of people didn't believe that he was a college football player. But once he started to play, people recognized that, yo, that guy got talent. And he recently signed with the Memphis Showboats of the UFL, which is a United Football League. And the Showboats are getting a great running back who ran for nearly 6,000 yards during his collegiate career and had over 70 touchdowns. Byers was a three-time CIAA Offensive Player of the Year, and he won the Deacon Jones and Willie Lanier Award twice, which cemented his status as the most decorated HBCU player ever. And his signing came at a crucial point for the Memphis Showboats, who are looking to add depth and productivity to their running back corps. And they got a great one in Jada Byers. So this upcoming season, we're gonna have to catch a few Jada Byers highlights, and I want to track this guy's career at every professional level, and I want to see how this guy performs. I hope he surprises everyone and maybe one day get a call up to the NFL. Next up, we're going to discuss Diamond Johnson, who was one of the best women basketball guards we ever seen on the HBCU level. She dominated the HBCU ranks, and prior to that, she dominated on the Power 4 level. And she performed off the charts, leading Norfolk State to multiple MEAC championships and earning tournament bids, and almost pulled off the upset this year in the first round of the NCAA tournament. And we can speak of Diamond as being one of the most decorated HBCU women's basketball players we've seen in some time. And prior to the WNBA draft, she was one of the top prospects, a lot of people thought. And surprisingly, she didn't get selected, and it left everyone scratching their heads. And if you know Diamond, she's familiar with getting knocked down and getting back up and finding success on a different path. And after the draft, she ended up getting invited to training camp by the Minnesota Lynx, where she performed very well and people spoke highly of her. But unfortunately, she was cut prior to the beginning of the season. Diamond is now at a pivotal moment of her basketball career, and we're interested to see where she will head next. Will she take her talents to an international women's basketball league, or will she enter into the coaching ranks, or continue to take a stab at joining the WNBA? Now, Diamond is an exceptional talent, and as a proud representative of HBCUs, I would love to see her play in the WNBA, but right now it seems like that won't happen. So we would love to see her continue to play on another level, and hopefully we can capture some of her best moments, and maybe eventually she gets a call to the WNBA. But Diamond, all the way up until this point, had a great career that will go down in the books as one of the best HBCU women basketball players. And next up, we're going to discuss Carson Vinson, the only HBCU football player invited to the NFL draft. We discuss Carson's journey to this point as well. And Carson has been a consistent tackle for Alabama A&M, and he showcased the frame of a NFL player. Standing at 6'7", 314 pounds, there was no way this kid was going to go undrafted, and he was picked up in the 5th round by the Baltimore Ravens, and the Baltimore Ravens got a steal in my book. I think that Carson Vinson will fill out to be one of the best offensive tackles we've seen in a while come from an HBCU. He was also invited to the Reese's All-American game, where he showcased his skills against some of the top defensive players in the country. And he also shined at the combine, showing everyone the skills he possessed. Now, Carson will be a Baltimore Raven for the next few years, so Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry, he will get a chance to block for all those guys. Hopefully, he can be a day one starter. which is a long shot being a 5th round draft pick. But hey, we've seen crazier things happen, and Carson will be able to get the tutelage of some of those veterans around him who will show him the ropes. And the Baltimore Ravens is a Super Bowl contender, which will give this kid a lot of opportunity to play with top talent day in and day out. And last but not least, we got to give you guys an update on Blake Harper, the freshman phenom from Howard University. In our previous video, we followed his journey from the high school ranks all the way up until now, and he splashed on the scene as a surprise. And now he took his talent to Creighton, which is a school featured in the Big East Conference. They saw how he performed against some of the best teams in the nation, notably Kansas. In the season opener, he went crazy in that second half, putting up 16 points in that half only. If I can remember, I think it was 16 points. But now he's headed on to Creighton, a school in the Big East, where he will face that type of competition day in and day out. And after watching Creighton this past season, you can see that they're a well-coached team. And a player like Blake Harper will fit perfectly because he's a do-it-all type player. And it sucks that an HBCU lost a player like Blake Harper, but we also congratulate this kid for having the opportunity to take his talent to the next level. And hopefully in the next few years, we can say an HBCU kid made it to the NBA, which is pretty slim. But that wraps up this video, and I hope you guys appreciate these updates. And if you're interested in a more detailed story about the journey of these players, make sure to click on one of these videos that you guys are seeing right now. And this year we're gonna follow some more players, and hopefully we can do another update video like this about some of the players that we thought was very interesting this past season. And as always, I appreciate you guys for rocking with me here at the J.O.C. And don't forget to hit that like button and notification bell and subscribe to the channel. I'm out of here. Peace.